It's Halloween season, my wildlings, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have some fun and spooky builds that you can add to your world and bring the vibes of the season into full effect. Halloween is my favorite season, and well, that's honestly because it's the best season. This is not up for debate. So let's get started. Here are 10 build ideas to help bring some Halloween vibes to your world. Let's get started with number 10, the Deep Slate Mausoleum. Thankfully, Deep Slate comes in a variety of textures, and when you pair it with chains, basalt, different kinds of floor textures, you get this really cool spooky effect. Add some polished andesite blocks, a wither rose, and candles, and you have a very spooky crypt. It's time to upgrade our graveyards. Typically you'd see things like cobbled stone or andesite as grave markers, but take it to the next level with rooted dirt, moss, and azalea blocks. Use glow lichen to create a really cool weathered effect that's different from the traditional mossy cobblestone. Add some black candles and you have a much more convincing graveyard. This next one is one of my personal favorites. How about a freshly dug grave? Use soul sand, dripstone, and brown carpet in combination with things like coarse dirt, and you have that look of freshly dug mud. Using beehives, you can create that pine casket look. Don't be afraid to flex on your friends even in death with a netherite tombstone. It's expensive, but I mean, you might as well show off those resources. Pair this off with a simple wheelbarrow design and you have that perfect freshly dug grave look. But why stop there? Let's take it to the next level. Why dig a grave ourselves when we can have a machine do it for us? Using a traditional crane style with a few alterations, we get this really cool look of a pine casket being lowered into a freshly dug grave. I used roots underneath shrub blocks to really sell that idea that this was freshly dug, and soul sand really gives that perfect mud look. To finish this build, I added levers with chains and a simple touch of roses on top of the casket. This next idea is actually pretty simple, but I think a lot of people overlook it when they design their worlds. Using shrubbery in combination with your fences really sell the idea that what you're building is important. I mean, if movies have taught me anything, it's that rich old vampires love highly manicured shrubbery. Add in some cracked deep slate, some dead bush sticks, and bam! Perfect fences. This next one is for all my witches out there. Upgrade your summoning circles from just candles and skulls to a full-on ritual in the woods. Use a respawner fully filled with glowstone hanging over a soul fire, floating black candles, a lectern with a book, and all the other spooky funguses and mushrooms to really sell that look of a witch's circle. Add things like a colored beacon, custom spooky trees, and a spore blossom to really sell those dark forest witchy vibes. I'm about to use a block that I know everyone hates. Diarrheaite. Diorite, calcite, and quartz bricks really come together to sell the idea of a mausoleum. Things like stained glass and plants really bring some warmth into a final resting place. Use things like stained glass and copper rods to create cool memorials for you and your friends. I personally like to add a wither rose because, let's be honest, I'm probably going to die to the wither. A lot. Next up, a vampire's crypt. Smithing tables, nether wart, deep slate, and blackstone really come together to sell the idea of a vampire's crypt. And pay no attention to the stuff behind me, that's for Friday's video, so subscribe if you want to see that. Use spruce trapdoors, a wither skeleton head, redstone for blood, and it gives you that perfect vampire crypt aesthetic. By now, most people know about the sea pickle on a pumpkin trick, but I think we can take it one step further. 1.17 introduced Dripleafs, and they've always had this sort of vine look to them, and I wanted to figure out a way to incorporate them into the pumpkin patch to make it look like pumpkin vines. And I did that by lowering them one block, adding a moss block since they either grow on moss blocks or clay, planting them, and then hiding them in with other textures such as moss carpets, ferns, and grass to really sell the idea of a pumpkin patch. Add a haystack, jack-o'-lantern, and a friendly ghost. Well, let's be honest, it's not that friendly, that's a creeper face. And you really have that quintessential fall pumpkin patch. That's right, a hearse wagon. Use the beehive casket, copper blocks, and skeleton skulls to really sell the idea that this cart is taking you or your friends to their final resting place. And if you have access to creative, you can use the zombie horse eggs and attach them to your cart to make it look like they're pulling it. If you don't have access to creative, don't worry, there's another way to give this a spooky vibe. Skeleton horses. If you're lucky enough to encounter these in the wild, they make a great addition to your spooky build. Alright, super short and simple video. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. I do make a variety of gaming content, as I am a variety streamer over on Twitch. You should follow me there. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any questions, or even which one was your favorite. I'll see you guys in the next video, and happy Halloween!